"Cody, this guy is definitely providing something extra, isn't he? Joe is different. You know, he's in special operations. He acts in that manner. He has done that in actual combat scenarios. I don't have any knowledge of that. Cody Lundin was a huge hit in dual survival. He gave the show a feeling of honesty and experience that set it apart. He had demonstrated survival abilities and was seen as cool. After 3 seasons, he abruptly left, leaving fans to wonder what had occurred. Cody finally revealed the truth about his absence after many years had passed. Fans' perceptions of what transpired differed greatly from his claims. Join us as we uncover the truth behind Cody Lundin's fate. Dual survival was an immediate sensation when it debuted on the Discovery Channel in 2010. Because Cody Lundin and Dave Canterbury, the show's 2 stars, were so different from one another, it fared fairly well in the beginning. Their distinct personalities and survival strategies piqued people's interest. Cody offered a serene, outdoorsy perspective. He frequently utilized simple tools and went barefoot. In contrast, Dave, who served in the military, believed that using tools was the most efficient method to complete tasks. Because of these 2 distinctions, audiences witnessed 2 radically different approaches to survival, making the show engaging to watch. But their altercations weren't merely for show. They actually disagreed on how to survive. Cody made an effort to conserve his energy and consider his options. Dave was not afraid to take chances. They frequently couldn't cooperate because of these disagreements, which made shooting tense. Later, Cody publicly states that they didn't always agree on what was safe and sound, and that their styles didn't always mesh well. Dave and Cody weren't the only ones who were furious. It also extended to the way the program was operated. The producers enjoyed the drama between them, although some of it was risky. Later, Cody said that some of Dave's concepts were risky and unsuitable for actual survival scenarios. Although Cody appeared kind on video, it was obvious that their relationship was becoming difficult. After the 2nd season, Dave Canterbury was quietly removed off the program. The network initially withheld a whole article because soon later, though it was claimed that Dave had falsely claimed to be in the military when he applied for the show. He claimed to have 20 years of experience as an Army Ranger and a shooter. However, according to military records, he had only been a military police officer for roughly 6 years and lacked ranger or shooter training. Although the Discovery Channel remained silent, it was obvious that this false information contributed to his termination. Dave eventually admitted to lying on his resume in a video. He apologized to his buddies and admitted that it was a serious error. He claimed that because he sorely needed the job, he lied about his past. That raises the question of whether my resume contained any false information. Indeed, I did. I had no intention of hurting anyone. I didn't intend for anyone in my family to experience that. I did it not only to support my family, but also to share my abilities with as many people as possible. Many of his followers, particularly those who had praised his abilities on the show, were outraged. Some believed he had betrayed the confidence of the troops and the audience, while others were forgiving. Everything changed when Dave was removed from dual survival. He and Cody still felt that they had unresolved issues, even after he left to make room for a new co-host. Disagreements, pressure from the network, and misleading allegations caused the partnership to start off terribly. Following Dave's departure, Discovery Channel brought in Joe Teedy, a military veteran and survival specialist. Joe's status as an American hero with extensive special operations experience was widely discussed. He and Cody appeared to be getting along well at first. They appeared to be getting along nicely. They appeared to appreciate one another's abilities. From the camera, it appeared that Joe's astute assurance and Cody's steady composure blended beautifully. Behind the scenes, however, things were quite different. The friendship wasn't genuine, according to Cody. As it happened, Joe was irate and frequently attempted to frighten him. Later on, Cody expressed his fear about Joe's behavior. Joe is reported to have drawn many guns during the incident. Along with other tools, he carried a stick and an ice axe. He allegedly waved them at Cody to intimidate him into following instructions, or even racing through situations, rather than using them to stay alive. One of the scariest scenes was a narrative about a court file that Cody submitted. Cody remarked that Joe would bury him on a slope once he produced an ice axe. Joe is reported to have attempted to stab Cody with a spear during another Hawaii shoot. These were the instances that Cody felt unsafe. He believed Joe was attempting to intimidate him into remaining silent and filming the scenario regardless of how risky or dramatic it was. The cool, collected team interactions that viewers seen on television were not at all like this. Cody believed he had a right to a secure workplace because he had committed to hosting for multiple seasons. Producers didn't intervene, so Cody didn't feel like he had any assistance. Instead of curbing Joe's behavior, their emphasis on drama seemed to make it acceptable. Fans were stunned to learn that there were actual fighting and dread occurring behind the scenes of a survival show designed to test abilities and teamwork. Conversely, Joe never discussed these allegations in depth in public, at least not on television. Things returned to normal after the incident was covered by the news, until Joe was let go from the show. Although the cause was not specified, other reports claim that he was interrupted following a distressing incident that occurred during filming. According to a number of press reports, Joe and a wild dog got into a battle close to the set. Various accounts exist on what transpired. Whether Joe killed the dog or merely injured it is up for debate. The dog apparently started the ruckus by chasing some stray cats close to the crew's site. Joe intervened and gave the dog a strong hit after it had gotten one of the cats. Everyone on set was surprised by what happened. Some crew members felt that his actions were excessive and unnecessary. Even though Joe believed he was protecting the cats, the level of violence alarmed many. The production crew believed that the occurrence was incorrect, and it marked a rapid turning point. Instead of dismissing the incident as a misunderstanding, the directors took action. They believed Joe was acting in a way that went too far, so they avoided him. According to a trustworthy source, Discovery officials decided not only to eliminate him from the program, but also to deny him access to their headquarters. This wasn't the first time that Joe's actions behind the scenes had people concerned. The event immediately attracted a lot of attention. However, this piece was different from the others. The uproar led to his termination from the network. Discovery did not publicly reveal the new host they were employing once he was sacked. Before Joe was fired, the show's creators startled fans by announcing that Cody would not return for the 4th season. Since Cody had always been viewed as a cool-headed survivalist who could handle anything, folks were stunned to hear the news. His brief response added to the confusion, and his abrupt departure left everybody wondering. In February 2014, Cody posted on Facebook that he had been let go by Discovery Channel due to differences over safety and health concerns on the show. He expressed gratitude to his supporters. He claimed that while he would miss his role on the show, he would miss the opportunity to share knowledge about Native culture and the environment, and to teach survival techniques more than anything else. Initially, Discovery made an effort to remain hidden. The network told a news outlet that it was time for a change, and that they were merely attempting to provide their audience with other survival strategies. They also wished Cody well, and that they enjoyed spending time with him. Fans weren't certain, but it sounded like a peaceful farewell. Things worsened when another news outlet reported that Cody was extremely dissatisfied with Discovery's handling of the situation. He later provided additional details on social media, claiming that the network's statements were inappropriate and untrue. Cody claimed that Discovery's initial press releases gave the impression that he would return for the entire 4th season, which was untrue. Later statements provided he denied the notion that he left the show on his own. As further news reports surfaced, some claimed Cody had reached his breaking point and was unable to cope with the difficulties of survival. Cody refuted these allegations, claiming that they were not only incorrect, but also detrimental to his experience and reputation. He made it apparent that he didn't want to go and that he believed his dismissal was unjust and unsafe. When Cody filed a libel lawsuit against Discovery Channel and its producers in 2016, it became clear that this fight was quite ugly. According to information about the case from a reliable source, Cody believed he was purposefully altered to appear unstable. He said that although he was responding to hazardous circumstances on set, the crew removed scenes that gave the impression that he was afraid or mentally sick. Cody claimed in the complaint that Joe Teddy, his co-host at the time, was mostly to blame for the safety issues. Cody claimed that Joe repeatedly purposefully made the shooting hazardous and even threatened him with physical force. Cody claimed that despite the host-host conflict, the management did nothing to support or shield him. Rather, he claimed that the video was altered to portray him as the issue. He said that the reality behind the scenes differed greatly from what was depicted on the show. Two very different versions were presented to the public. One from Cody, who discussed a history of unsafe working conditions and lying, and one from the network, which suggested a simple change in direction. Through the lawsuit, people learned more about the lesser-known aspect of reality TV. Drama can occasionally take precedence over reality, and actual people may suffer as a result. Following Cody's departure, Discovery continued the show by bringing in another survivor, Matt Graham, in his stead. However, the show had already been given a poor name. Supporters remained divided. While some remained loyal to the new hosts, others felt that Cody was the show's main character and had been mistreated. Many others questioned how someone with Cody's name and abilities could be let go so fast. He taught more than just survival skills. He presented it as a philosophy founded on an understanding of and reverence for nature. Suddenly implying that he couldn't hack it felt disrespectful and out of character. In 2018, a significant court decision was rendered in the case.code between Cody and Discovery Channel. He claimed in the court filing that the network had damaged his reputation by altering the series' video to provide the incorrect impression of what he accomplished. According to Cody, this damaged his reputation and made it more difficult for him to carry out his survival teaching duties. The matter was examined by Arizona Judge Roslyn O. Silver. Judge Silver ruled in favor of Discovery Channel after reviewing the claims and evidence. She concluded that Cody's case did not present sufficiently compelling legal accusations of slander. Within her, to put it another way, none of the remarks Cody makes to bolster his arguments are sufficient. Stated differently, the court determined that the show's material did not meet the legal burden for defamation because it was neither inaccurate nor damaging. After years of hard labor to clear his name, Cody was disappointed by the decision. The truth had not been heard correctly, he believed. He believed that the argument was not solely based on what was stated. It was about how the show was trimmed, how he was treated, and how it affected his life and career. After the judge announced his decision, Cody persisted. He continued to discuss the situation and put out a lot of effort to have the ruling reversed. According to a source, Cody has been pursuing legal action to have the ruling reviewed by a higher court. He feels that the network's portrayal of him was unjust, and he wants an opportunity to present his case in its entirety. More significant details concerning Cody's former co-host Joe Teddy surfaced as he continued to fight. After being sacked from the show, Joe apparently received a lot of negative reaction from those outside the entertainment industry, but that wasn't all. Additionally, he was expelled from the Special Forces Association, a prominent organization of former and present U.S. Americans, Special Forces of the Army. Joe made himself sound like he had the best training and expertise by talking extensively about his time in the military. However, there were questions regarding the veracity of his assertions. He claimed to have fought in combat. Although that distinction is awarded to those who have served in active combat zones, reports indicated that Joe had never really been in direct combat throughout his time in the Army. He had the option of remaining silent or clearing the air, but instead he exacerbated the situation. The unit, he said, because the company he worked for was so secretive, he was unable to discuss it. He didn't stop there, though. He continued by discussing the alleged secrecy of it. Observers and military professionals assumed that if the work was truly secret, he wouldn't be discussing it at all. After considering his prior behavior and record, the Special Forces Association decided to exclude him from the organization. Cody has returned to his passion of teaching people how to survive in the outdoors since leaving the program and the case. Long before he appeared on television, Cody was a well-known and respected survival educator with years of practical experience. For him, it's all over again. He is the director of the Aboriginal Living Skills School in Arizona. In 1991, Cody founded the school to teach contemporary people both traditional and modern ways of surviving on the land. The curriculum covers topics like how to live like a caveman and how to survive in the wild. Being autonomous, caring for the environment, and remaining composed under pressure are the cornerstones of Cody's teaching philosophy. Cody is preparing to launch a new alpine survival school, according to one of his posts. The course will take place in Arizona's arid desert at an elevation of 8,000 feet. Pupils will need to learn how to survive at high altitudes, where temperature, geography, and weather all provide challenges. Like all of his other courses, the objective is not only to survive, but also to regain one's sense of self, acquire practical skills, and reconnect with nature. Through his school, Cody maintains relationships with people around the globe. This is through real life, not a screen. Cody has used his extensive understanding of how to survive in difficult circumstances to write books, teach workshops, and create television programs that have assisted thousands of people in doing the same. One of Cody Lundin's primary endeavors was the Survival Show. He was more than just a cast member. In addition, he developed the concept, produced, directed, and starred in it. This show is unique since it was created by a qualified survival specialist rather than a television director. Still going strong is one of the few survival shows created by a person with actual experience in the subject. Outside of his own survival school, Cody teaches part-time at Yavapai College, Prescott College, and the AOSA Institute. At these schools, he teaches classes based on the sustainability and survival curriculum he developed himself. In addition to all of this, Cody has authored 2 best-selling survival books. His first book was 98. 2003 saw the publication of Six Degryan, The Art of Keeping Your Ass Alive. Making wise decisions and managing your body heat will help you survive in the harsh environment of the wild. His second book was When All Hell Breaks Loose, Things You Need to Survive When Disaster Strikes. Disaster. It was released in 2006. The main focus of this book is on how to survive natural disasters like fires and floods, both at home and in urban areas. These 2 works have been translated into multiple languages and are frequently among the top 10 best-selling books in their respective fields. They are widely used by hikers, tourists, and emergency planners worldwide. But that's not the end of it. Due to his extensive knowledge of both mental and physical survival, Cody has gained recognition among elite experts. News organizations and other organizations frequently approach him to be an expert. He has offered guidance on how to deal with calamities and disasters in real life to both domestic and international news organizations. Tens of thousands of people from all walks of life, as well as government agencies, commercial businesses, and rescue teams, have learned from him. Cody's work has also piqued the interest of other prominent news organizations. The Today Show, CBS News, and USA Today are a few of the major news organizations and television programs that have discussed him. His message spread more widely as a result of these appearances, which also taught people the value of being prepared for anything,